been told that Jeremy Clarkson's contract with the BBC will not be renewed. I can read you a statement that we have just received from the Director General of the BBC, Lord Tony Hall. He says, "It is with great regret that I have told Jeremy Clarkson today that the BBC will not be renewing his contract. It is not a decision I have taken lightly. I have done so only after a very careful consideration of the facts and after personally meeting both Jeremy and Oyson Timon. I am grateful to Ken Macquarie for the thorough way he has conducted an investigation of the incident on the 4th of March. Given the obvious and very genuine public interest in this, I am publishing the findings of his report. I take no pleasure in doing so. I am only making them public so people can have better understanding of the background. I know how popular the programme is, and I also know that this decision will divide opinion. The main facts are not disputed by those involved." And he goes on to say that he wants to make 3 points. First, the BBC is a broad church. Our strength in many ways lies in that diversity. We need distinctive and different voices, but they cannot come at any price. Common to all at the BBC have to be the standards of decency and respect. I cannot condone what has happened on this occasion. A member of staff who is completely innocent party took himself to accident and emergency after a physical altercation accompanied by sustained and prolonged verbal abuse of an extreme nature. He goes on to say, "For me, a line has been crossed. There cannot be one rule for one and one rule for another, dictated by either rank or public relations and commercial considerations." Secondly, he says, "This has obviously been difficult for everyone involved, but in particular for Oyson, who is the BBC producer involved, who works on the Top Gear programme." Lord Hall goes on to say, "I want to make clear that no blame attaches to him for this incident. He has behaved with huge integrity throughout. As a senior producer at the BBC, he will continue to have an important role within the organisation in the future." Thirdly, Lord Hall says in this statement, which has just been released, "Obviously none of us wanted to find ourselves in this position. This decision should in no way detract from the extraordinary contribution that Jeremy Clarkson has made to the BBC. I have always personally been a great fan of his work and of Top Gear. Jeremy is a huge talent. He may be leaving the BBC, but I'm sure he will continue to entertain, challenge and amuse audiences for many years to come." The BBC, this statement from Lord Hall says, will now look to renew Top Gear for 2016. This will be a big challenge and there is no point in pretending otherwise. So there we have it. That is the statement from the BBC Director, Lord Hall. This incident has been debated for the last 2 weeks since Jeremy Clarkson was suspended by the BBC. Lots of debate as to his future. Now lots of debate as to what will happen both to Jeremy Clarkson. There are rumours, there are reports that he may well go to ITV, to Netflix, also possibly to Sky. Also discussions, debates as to what will happen to the Top Gear programme. Will it continue with Richard Hammond and with James May? Will there be a place for the likes of, we've got the names in the fray, as Chris Evans, Jodie Kidd, Johnny Vaughan? We will bring you all the news as it happens here from the BBC.